Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. And Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Honourable Desmond McKenzie, has announced that permission has been granted to the Jamaica Premier League for fans to be allowed with limited spectators at 4 designated venues across the island. The venues granted permission are the National Stadium, Stadium East and Sabina Park in Kingston, and Drax Hall in St. Anne. For Drax Hall, 1,300 fully vaccinated spectators will be allowed access to matches played there. We are considering a formula for each of the other venues, which involves a percentage of its total capacity. I am keenly aware that our football fans have been waiting for the chance to give their personal support to their local teams, and this is the start of that process. Well, joining us now to talk more about the latest development is Professional Football Jamaica Limited General Secretary Arlene Martin. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I see that you're doing well also.
Yes, we're very excited. This is something that, of course, we would have wanted for the previous season. We would have wanted for the start of this season, didn't, so naturally know that we do have it. We're very delighted. And as I said, I'm dressed like this because just in preparation, we're doing site visits, on the ground with work with that preparation. So we're very excited.
Yeah, let's talk a bit now about the importance of having spectators at these games. You know, the boost that the JPL will get, of course, in all different areas.
So for us, very importantly, one of the things is, of course, going to be gate receipt and being able to add another line item of revenue. The commercial model for Professional Football Jamaica Limited is one to diversify. And interestingly, when we were able to generate revenue from new areas such as broadcast, we're going to be looking at revenue. We are in our second season without one of the traditional and mainstream sources of revenue. So this is something that's going to be very important, is actually now having revenue available to us from that stream, that income stream. However, I think even more important, and this is something that was even pointed out by the Ministry of Health, is the extent to which this is contributing to a normalization, a sense of a calm mental health for persons, not just being able to participate in sporting events as we open up, but just actually being able to attend. And so as people are able to go out and to attend, this is something that we want to contribute to people getting out of a mode that they have been in of staying away from certain things and not having access. So it's about that part of it for the society in general. And of course, football fans would be very happy to be able to now actually go out and see the Jamaica Premier League matches. We've had just one national team game with spectators. We will have spectators at the women's game this week. However, this is the Jamaica Premier League, and this is something that is really owned and enjoyed at the community level. And so we're excited about that people will actually be able to go to see matches.
Arlene, I know you're close to the teams, you know, of course, the members, the managers, the coaches and whatnot. How important will it be to these teams now, especially because they'll have the energy of the crowd? And I feel like sometimes people underestimate the boost that these fans bring to these matches.
So I know for sure that players are going to be very excited. Today, just doing one of the site visits, we saw some players for training as we were doing one of the things, and they're very excited about it because, as you mentioned, there is the energy that's going to take place. And one of the things with that energy is, you know, you may have pockets, but it's going to be their own community, their own fan base that's really coming out and supporting them. And that's different from the source of energy that they've been getting. So I noticed you've been showing clips, video clips of the matches, and people have been able to watch the matches live, which I think is excellent. And SportsMax has done a tremendous job as our broadcast partner, bringing the matches on SportsMax, SportsMax 2, as well as CBM. And that is something that, interestingly, has also been adding energy to the players. They are mindful of the quality of the matches because they realize that people are viewing it not only in Jamaica but across the Caribbean and globally. And so, you know, when you think of being energized before, by knowing how many eyes are on you, now you actually have the energy of the crowd that's coming forward. I think they're even more excited now moving forward that we will have spectators for the Jamaica Premier League.
Yeah, and Arlene, I'm pretty certain that the Mount Pleasant Academy football team will be thrilled at the announcement by the Honourable Minister yesterday, because,
yes,
you know, they've complained with reason that they have had to travel from the North Coast every weekend to play matches, and now Draxo, which is right where they are, is one of the venues that will be allowed spectators, and I'm sure the scheduling will now accommodate Draxol and Mount Pleasant having home games.
Yes, and so that's very exciting for them. When you think about it, for the previous season, they had to travel into Kingston for every single one of their matches. We now have Montego Bay United as well, and so it will make a difference for not only Mount Pleasant in St. Anne, but also Montego Bay United coming from Montego Bay and having to travel to Kingston for all of the matches. So it is about the players being a little closer to their home crowds as well, and not just the traditional ones in terms of, well, most of them who are based in the Kingston and St. Andrew area. So that makes a difference. It also makes a difference because it's going to be the first time, now with spectators, we'll be moving away from the Captain Horsburgh Centre of Excellence, a turf field, which was something that the players had to get used to. Now with the mix of the different fields, they will be playing on more grass surfaces, different areas, and maybe that's a factor as well that they'll be pleased to see for the remainder of the Jamaica Premier League season.
Well, Arlene, thank you so much. We know you're a very busy woman, and of course, a pleasure talking to you here on the SportsMax Zone.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for accommodating me at this time in, again, in work mode.
No problem.
But always a pleasure to update you and to continue to work with you guys. And we look forward to more updates as we inform viewers of how fans can get tickets and access the venues for the Jamaica Premier League.
Thank you, and you take care. Of course, Arlene Martin there, the General Secretary of the PFJL. It's now time for a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.